Why Solace is back. The sex symbol. Hopefully everyone's well. Peace and wisdom, K Flame 90. And everyone else joining the chat. Give everybody a chance to get in here. Hopefully I'm clear. It's been a little while. Of course, I was supposed to be blocked for 90 days. Until May 17th. And so I honestly was done. But I guess I'm not. But I already had it in my mind that I was done. So I have to get the feeling back. Peace and wisdom, Scott Proof. English. Salam. Now let's get into some deep knowledge. Of course, I've been taking time to self. Growing. Mentally and spiritually. Spiritually being, the emotional state. That has to mature. I was just about to block you, brother. Now, I'm sure everyone wants to have a connection with God, so to say, or a higher power, source. And of course, everybody has their religions and their way of connecting. But of course, overall, of course, y'all get lost into y'all groupings and pals. This not being anything, this not having anything to do with one, having a relationship with God. But y'all get lost how y'all do. But overall, I'm sure everyone wants to have that connection, whatever that may be. Now, first it starts here, meaning this is a jewel for all of y'all. Lost into religion and all other things of the world. Did you find God within or outside of yourself? When I say outside of yourself, I mean like, did you hear somebody tell you about God? Was you born into the world and you got that from wherever you got it from in the world? Or did you come to have this connection from within? This is nothing you need to answer to anybody else. It's just the truthful thing with self. And so, of course, if you did not come to know God from within, then you get my point, you have a relationship with the world. Religion, somebody bringing you into a religion, all of these things have to do with outside of self. Knowing God has to do with within self. You have to find God through self. Now I'm going to explain how. View God as your higher self. Picture it in your mind. Of course, you're not going to get anywhere close of what you would be in your glory. But you can shape and form whatever ideal you can. And so imagine yourself as your higher self, or a higher you. No negativity with self, no attachments, no biasness, no negative things, just you and your glory. Clean, mentally, emotionally, and physically. You in a perfected state. This is you as your higher self. That's God. You have Satan. This is you as your lowest self. Imagine yourself with all the fears, angers, addictions, the struggles. Meaning if you can picture yourself at your lowest. I'm not saying you've been there. I'm talking about a low you haven't reached. Some of y'all may say, I'm at my lowest right now. Well, go lower. Go low to where you have no morals left. And you're willing to do whatever you need to do. Like that. Picture yourself at your lowest. This has nothing to do with poor. We're speaking more on a mental and emotional level. Meaning you distraught. You get my point? That's the Satan. So those two aspects of self are those two possibilities of self. One is God, one is Satan. You're not either. You're becoming, one or the other. Just a blank spirit. When I say a blank spirit, I mean you was born, you didn't have anything in mind. Get it? Clear conscious, you received in, and adjust whatever you received, but you weren't, well, I guess you can say it's not your glory. Some of y'all were crack babies. I don't want to disturb anyone. I was shining. Then I had to bring it down a little bit so I can do this video. Put my wings away. Things of that nature. Now, where was I at? Like I said, you're neither God or Satan, but both being with you. Both being potential or possibilities of self, meaning you will be one or the other. Your highest self, which is a reflection of God, you can say, or your lowest self, which is a reflection of the Satan. You're not either right now, or maybe you are, but all is becoming. Of course, we all have a start and we all have our end. So I mean like that. Whatever you are right now, it can transcend into the other. Maybe you have a bad experience and transcend back, but you get my point. All is flip-flopping in between the dualities of self. Meaning sometimes y'all have y'all good days. Y'all are angelic-like in y'all ways. And some days y'all are off. And that's everybody for the most part until you find your balance. But view God and Satan and you're finding God like that. It starts with self. And so view your highest self as God, or a reflection of it, and your only way to God. View your lowest self as a reflection of Satan and your only way to. So this is the beginnings of understanding, God and devil accurately. Outside of that, you following this person that you think is God-like, that can't serve you anyway. There's no middlemans with God. It's not like the streets or any other business where you have a bunch of middlemen and then you have the source of the plug. In the God business, you got to come before the plug. Can't nobody speak for you. Can't nobody get no work for you. You say, ain't got enough money. Well, you gotta get your shit together. But that's how that works. Now, of course, when you're dealing with God, I'm using money in the streets and business as an example, but you get my point? You have to raise yourself up to meet the plug, so to say. There's no tag-alongs, no middlemans, nothing like that. And so, the way to get to God is by perfecting the self, or being the manifestation of the ideal. God being perfect, kind, balanced, loving, all the good things. When you get there and it's genuine, this is you in your perfection, balanced, fully aware. When I say aware, I mean of self. And of course, outside of self. Most people are not aware of themselves. Y'all aware of everything outside of self. This is why most people, they do no wrong to themselves. Alpo is a victim to himself. If you're familiar with who that is, rest in peace. But you get my point? I'm giving y'all that example because a lot of y'all probably know Alpo. You've seen him do interviews. He speaks as if he's half the victim too. He's justified everything he needs to self to get along. So you get my point? Overall, all has to become self-aware. Not aware of people and things outside of self, but how you get along. And that's all that truly matters, because that's all you have to live out. You can't live out anybody else's kind gestures or seeds they plant. You can only live out your own. So, Now, there's God and Satan are the start of understanding it. And it has to do with you. YHWH, which is pronounced you, or YOU, either one. But it's a matter of you. Now, you have darkness and you have light within self. Some of y'all are completely disconnected from reality, so let me help you. You have an unconsciousness, there's a darkness with yourself. Meaning every night, or even if you get knocked out, you can be overtaken by a darkness. You lose yourself in it. You have a consciousness. This is a light. When I say light, I mean being able to see, being able to be aware. Light. Life or consciousness being the source of whatever light you see in life. And you can look at unconsciousness or that dark voidness. Void because you know nothing, not even your own existence, but that dark void. View it as death, nothingness, the void. Now, like I said, you have these two things with self. Of course, in religion, they personify the darkness with self as Satan. They personify the light with self as God. So when you're reading your religious text or whatever you are, that's what's being spoken of. Meaning these two gods that you can't see. View them as place. One being the darkness, the other being the light. We're speaking unconsciousness and consciousness. You becoming your highest self is the way to the light, the source of consciousness or life, so to say. Your being your lower self is the way to the darkness, or the Satan, the death. So you live your life either blossoming into your low or your high. When I say low and high, I'm not speaking arrogance and insecurity, ego and humility. Like I always tell you guys, ego has to do with y'all having the ability to make yourselves feel like y'all right, even when y'all not. Some of y'all think, no, ego has to do with people thinking they're better than others. Who cares? Anybody can have any flawed perspective of themselves that they choose. But in regards to an affliction, one thinking they're better than you does not hurt you. You can always flee away from them. They have problems. Follow? Meaning if somebody thinks they're better than you, you can fix that so easy. Many ways. You can physically show them they ain't. By beating them in something, you could just walk away from them. They don't exist to you. Probably don't know them anyway. But in regards to real teachings on the ego, and the ego blocking you from having a greater understanding, so it's like I said, y'all have the ability to make yourselves feel like y'all right when y'all are not. In regards to y'all loved ones and anything. And it crushes people. Think of if you have a little problem with a loved one and you think you're right. So you're carrying on and you get it? Never really looking at it like, damn, if I'm wrong, then all I've done is abuse. And this is a loved one, so what the hell is wrong with me? Like that. We have a pride where we may come to realize that and be like, man, fuck that shit. Like that. That's what's meant by the ego. Your pride, your ability to be right when you're not. In that, you can become a monster to somebody. Because according to you, I'm right. Like that. That has to be killed. Not your confidence, not your arrogance. Of course, you shouldn't think you're better than people, but you do have a low things. And so you have to have a standard for self. If one doesn't understand that, then... And so people are better than others in terms of honesty. Meaning, I know you don't think a liar and an honest person is equal. They're not. The truthful person is better. Period. However you cut it. Those that are walking the path and doing, the best that they can. And being fair, balanced, aware of their ego, as I explained it, they're better than those that are not. But those that are not are transcending, are growing in their own speed. This is where empathy, open heart, understanding things come from. You've evolved. You can't look down at what hasn't yet. You get my point? It's like a contradicting thought. That's why I take the time out with y'all ever so often. But they've made some changes while I was gone. Now, where was I at? The ego and your understanding it accurately and conquering it. Now, overall, everybody has to evolve into their highest self. If not, of course, spiral out into your lower self. When I say lower self, your selfish self. You're right and everybody's wrong, and you're bitter and angry and fuck everybody in life. And the lows. Maybe you're drinking or overly drinking, overly smoking, blowing your nose, whatever the case may be, but you at your lows. You in a chaotic state of mind and emotions. In that, it's easy for you to not care about nobody. And so you get my point? It's like a self thing. Selfish thing. The pinnacles of self. And so being your highest self is the way to the light. This is God. You can view it as life. You can view it as a light. When I say light, I'm speaking consciousness. And I'm speaking forever, not just for the moment like we have it now. You know, the example that we have now. Because that's all going to sleep and waking up is. And y'all seeing the sunset and the sunrise. These is all examples of the same thing. The possibilities, you know, of the end. And of course, everybody will get either or. You know, darkness or light, depending on where they vibrate. And that, those partaking in dishonorable lifestyles, risking their lives, risking others, doing negative things, they don't view it as negative so much. They cool with it like that. Those that will be in the darkness, they gonna be like Biggie Small said, heaven is for the goody goodies. I want to go to hell. Wear black Tims and hoodies and stuff. The perspective, the vibration is off. In that, you get my point? It's bad, but from the perspective of the person, they're not even aware. They're on their path into the darkness. Most get lost there. And so, like I said, your being your highest self is the way to the light. That's God. And being merged with others who have attained that glory, you know, raising up. Of course, you have the opposite. Those who devolve into their lows. That is the way to the darkness and being sequestered. So being your higher self is the way to the light and being merged with others. Falling into your lows is the way to the Satan or the self. This is you in darkness alone. And so you can look at it as a day, meaning one day teaches y'all everything y'all need to know about life. You will either be in the darkness, how you see yourself every day, you know, in unconsciousness alone, or you will be awake in the light with everybody else. Now, of course, this is just an example. Tryouts, life we're speaking of. But overall, do you get my point? Everybody's on their path either up or down. The ends of these two paths, well, they what y'all see in life. Darkness alone, or in the light, or awake with everybody else. And so look at life overall like that. We're going through life, or we're becoming. Either one, meaning darkness and alone. When y'all are unconscious sleep, y'all do not have y'all vessel. Y'all are that darkness. It's deep. Your body ain't in sleep with you. And that darkness or unconsciousness that you experience, that's self. The darkness with self. And so it's the same when y'all are awake. Yeah, y'all have y'all bodies with y'all, but the consciousness that y'all are is not dependent on that. Y'all have awake when y'all dreaming. Like that. Life and death. Physical is just, you know, where they both are. Light and darkness. And you become one or the other. And so like I said, one day teaches you everything you need to know about everything in existence. From God and Satan, light and dark, whatever you could think of. Can I get some thumbs up, please? Hopefully y'all are grasping. I've returned and y'all have not become better in y'all ways. Peace and wisdom, gorgeous. Now, that's the true understandings of, things, so to say. Of course, you have religions made out of this, meaning personifying the darkness and the light, and y'all get lost on that, not truly understanding the simplicity. All you got is darkness and light, or you can look at it as unconsciousness and consciousness. And you ping pong in between both every day for as many days as you have until you become aware of that. Your coming into God or evolving into God has to do with an awareness. You're becoming aware of self, everything outside of self, becoming aware of existence itself, being all-knowing. And so you get it? Look at it like everything is already with self. You already know everything. You are already everything. But you're becoming aware of that. When I say aware, we're speaking of a knowing. Knowing how to express how. A knowing. And so look at it like that. Y'all have ignorance or darkness with y'all. That's with self. That has to be cleaned up. Meaning there's nothing you should not know. And the mind has to know that. Otherwise, what are you here for? To not know nothing forever? That part. You watch a movie, anything you experience is so after it, you have a knowing. You do have people that see movies and experience things and they get nothing from it. But so you get my point? Repeat until they get it. But look at it like that. We have to get all of our darkness or our ignorance, our not knowing, transcended into a know. The not knowing or the ignorance is the source of gossip, filling in the blanks, lie. So you get my point? The understanding has to be accurate. Now y'all can go to church all day and speak blasphemies against God and say God's going to bleed and die for me. But that only makes things worse for self. That's only serving the death and the darkness. Wherever you see death, you're serving the darkness. If you're lost as a consciousness or a life, you are swallowed up into that darkness every day. View your unconscious mind, that force that you don't control. View it as something that has the ability to conquer you or swallow you. That being something that you have to overcome in existence. You being light or awake or life, your own self. And so, many get conquered by the darkness. Many get conquered by many things, but overall it's a knowing, meaning the mind that you are. This is that thing that ping-pongs out of awake, goes into nothingness, that's unconscious. While it's in unconsciousness, it just wakes up. This is dream. That mind that you are, that ping-pongs in between those three realities. Those are the aspects of the soul. Meaning, look at your soul as those three states of mind. The unconsciousness being all the darkness or dirt with self. The awake being the life, the possibility of self. And of course, dream, this is you in limbo, in between both. And so it's about you evolving or becoming a knowing. As of now, everyone's in ignorance or a darkness. If I ask y'all, what are y'all? Most don't know. Y'all will say, whatever y'all work is. That's how man view himself, like his work. So if you ask a person, who are you? What are you? They're going to tell you that. Their status in life or their job title. They're not going to tell you like, oh, I'm a beautiful sound. Because that's all we all are, sounds. Man makes they sounds, that's word. Birds make they sounds, dogs make they sounds. All living life you see manifested sounds. Man being word, because that's what we speak. A dog being a wolf, whatever. You get my point? The sound, the language. Now, some of y'all watching me say, oh yeah, that's beautiful. I like how that sounds. But would you have been able to express that before I said it? And this is what the soul is. A sound. Or the sound is the expression or the extension of the vibration that it comes from. That's the soul. So you have a voice or a unique sound. It's different from everybody else's. That sound or voice that you are, or any sound you can think of, it comes from a vibration. You get it? Meaning you have a silent vibration and the sound is the extension of that. Think like if you're blowing into an instrument. There's a vibration that the sound is emerging from. That vibration is you, the life, blowing into it. But that vibration, which is the source of this sound, has a pattern and a shape. Of course, that manifests out as your fingerprint. Everyone has a unique fingerprint. Your fingerprint being the pattern of your soul. Your voice being the sound of the soul being a vibration. It has a pattern, and that pattern is the blueprint to the unique voice, the unique appearance, as well as the unique fingerprint. All of these things being emanations or manifestations of the unseen soul. The soul being a vibration, has a pattern. Like I said, your fingerprint is the pattern of your soul. Now, we all have a unique voice. That's what the soul is, meaning your voice is coming from your soul, not a body part. It's coming from the soul itself, the soul being a breath or a bubble of air that pulsates in and out. This is why you breathe like that. The soul is making the body breathe in that way. The soul is making the lungs pulsate in and out, the heart beat in and out. Like I said, the soul is like air's pocket of air that pulsates. Kind of like a star in the sky, how it twinkles. But this is you and your body, your soul. A vibration that has the ability to make sound, breathe, all things dealing with airs. Salam, shalom. Now, peace and wisdom to the long name. That soul or that vibration that you are, of course it has the inhale with it and the exhale. The inhale is the unconsciousness and everything that has to do with silence and nothingness, so to say. The exhale breath or the soul pulsating out. This is the sound, the consciousness. So look at it like that. Your inhale and exhale is an extension of your unconscious and consciousness. It's an extension or the source of your sound and your silence. Your silence being your taking in the sound. Sound and silence, same thing, twofold, just like sight and unconsciousness. And so the soul, which is a pulsating bubble of air, or just an inhale, exhale, that has the ability to be conscious and unconscious. Silent, which is to hear or make noise. Y'all can't hear nothing when y'all running your mouth, but you get my point. This is the self, the soul of self. Am I going too deep, or can y'all follow? I know I don't look like how the wisest person on the planet should, but I'm the wisest person breathing. This is why I don't mind looking like how I want to look. Peer pressures don't work on me. No pressures. I like pressure. I conquer it. Egos too, I eat those. Delicious. But when you get to the state or the level of mind I have attained, a look is a facade, a kid having fun. Nothing more. Whatever y'all wear, whatever y'all, you get it? Everybody has to get dressed so they cover their nakedness. Let Halloween, let Halloween begin, big baby. So some of y'all will wear bright colors, some of y'all dim colors. Halloween. Then you have, the extreme of it. This is the holiday. This is, the real costume. But whatever y'all wear, it's just y'all costume, y'all covering. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't speak for who you are as a person. Hopefully at some point everybody becomes above physical or material look. You get my point? In that, you can look many ways. Salam, shalom, Jake Chimiak. I'm the guy that pulls out $10,000 out of his pocket when people try to insult me on a material level. So you make sure you got your life all the way together so I don't have to embarrass you. Outside of that, wisdom has nothing to do with material things. So when y'all come to my channel, come for wisdom. If you a bum in life or you broke in life, you feel butt hurt about something in life, get that together before you come get wisdom. I don't want to have to keep having conversations based on money. Don't insult me and I won't show you reality. And so I'm grown. If you're not grown, come when you are. Outside of that, most of y'all material worth is the representation of your worthlessness. And so, show me your worth in mind, emotions. Then I'll accept whatever worth you have materialistic wise. You get my point? Other than that, you're just a kid with toys suffering. Simple. Salami, hopefully you grasp that. Now, don't insult me. Like I said, when I first started, people kept calling me a beggar. And I pulled that 10,000 out, and that hasn't stopped, so don't make me embarrass you. Pull y'all up on screen. I'm coming to get this wisdom. He said easy to get in your head, good to know. You're playing in your own head, meaning you've convinced yourself. Don't worry, y'all, I'd like to take a little moment on people like this. You convince yourself if you get a response of any sort, it could be a good one, a loving one. It could be a disrespectful one. Somehow you take it as an acknowledgement. That's what you really want to say. You don't want to say easy to get in your head. You want to say, ah, someone's acknowledged me. Other than that, whatever you said is just a moment in my head, a response. It's like you say, what's your name? And then I say, my name is John. You say, ah, I got in his head. I'm letting you see some of y'all brains is so petty. You think nothing is actually something. And this is what online does. It's a nerd thing. This is where y'all overly speak. A nerd has no action. Word being the beginnings of action. You see how you're running your mouth right now acting like you have a problem? But if I say, who are you? Show yourself and let's just fight since you got a problem. That's going to be a long drawn out thing, yeah. Like that. Nerd stuff where you just carry on like a retard. Some of you guys was nerds, or a little off brain growing up in school. So adulthood has become high school. You get my point? He said 10K ain't shit either. I know. It's a lot when you're just a profile up. You get my point? It's a lot just to have in the pocket for no reason, but like you said, it ain't shit. And you're right. Having a mind in a good emotional state, that's the shit. And you don't have that. You're a lacker. You're agitated. And so hopefully you're taking what I'm saying well. Meaning the joke's on you. Giving you good juice for yourself. You're obviously disturbed in life. When you start nitpicking with strangers. And this is not, like I said, going back and forth. Just good juice for you. When you get to that point, and you get it, you become aware of reality, you will come to realize you tell on yourself to those who have a higher understanding in mind. So I know whether I say anything to you or not, you feel like shit in life for some reason. You're disturbed a little bit. So you get my point? You're antagonizing, bothering people. That's my mother, I apologize. Maybe you don't have a good relationship with your mother. I wouldn't know. That was just mine, but everybody has their issues in life. Misery loves company. The point I'm telling you is, hopefully you're not too gone in your misery where you don't take these Jews. It's not about you antagonizing people. It's about you getting to an emotional wealth, a mental wealth. You get my point? Where you can be an assistance instead of a loser that you are now, where you're looking to tear things down. And so hopefully you grasp. Now, back to the vibration of the soul. Y'all childish like that. I didn't realize that. Y'all actually think when I take a moment off the video that y'all have accomplished something. You know? That's not strange to y'all. I always try to tell you like how y'all lessers, but y'all take offense. I don't be trying to make y'all feel like shit. I'm just not used to that kind of. How you get that low where you think the dumbest thing is like an accomplishment? Yeah, I got in Solid's head, guys. What the fuck y'all doing? A high five and miss after that? Like what? What would that matter? If you pissed me off right now when I lost my whole merit, I just don't get it. Like, how do you get that? How does nothing make you feel so gratified? I mean, overall, I'm sure you like to punch me in the mouth or something. If you're trying to agitate me, and so you get it. It's like a nerdy thing. I blew on him. I blew in his face. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. It's not to make y'all feel bad if you're lesser. It's all a perspective. So, kind of get y'all minds together. Now, I'm going to let the losers go, but hopefully y'all grasp. Those of y'all that came for wisdom. You want to avoid the dirty. mentally and emotionally, until you get to, a place that I'm at, where I could just take the time out and curse a nigga out, check a nigga, whatever. It does nothing to me. It makes me feel pretty good. Like, it's like a homeless bum telling you, you're a homeless bum. So, like, Lord, don't make me pour water on you because you have no home to go into to get one. Let me shut up. I'm sorry. Where was I at? A soul's vibration. Y'all are bad influence. It's a deep thing. Those of y'all that, struggle emotionally, it's the people that you hang with and deal with. So, like I always tell y'all, negative mind and a negative emotional state, the spirit, this is contagious. Y'all be listening to people bickering all day, and you get my point? You get wrapped up into the emotional state. Y'all ain't go through slavery, but y'all like a few slave stories, and you get my point? It draw you in emotionally. I'm giving you that example so you can see how easy you can tarnish yourself. Some of y'all parents, they vent to y'all. You get my point? In that, the kid grow up all dirty before they experienced anything. You get my point? And so it's deep. You want to keep the kids as pure as you can. There was a time when adults, kept kids from these things. And so, if this was that time, y'all wouldn't know of slavery, being as though y'all don't have it in the way we know it to be now. There's no need to bring up negative things that passed. Just focus on the things of the present. But I'm giving you an example how y'all can adopt negative thought, negative emotions, and then it brings you down. Y'all can focus on the problems that y'all have that ain't even problems, they're just things y'all are creating. Whatever problems we had in the past where we had the Black Panther Party, those times passed, but y'all have re-brought back up the Black Panthers. In that, y'all have re-brought back up the problems of old. In that, we going backwards, but y'all don't realize it because y'all looking for something new or something old to talk about in new times. In that, it feel like 1960 out here. You actually got people walking around living stereotypes, and we done already got past that, I thought. But not this generation. They're starting all over again because some dumb fool or a bunch of fools keep reaching for old things to have something to say in these new times. In that, y'all are running around here acting like a damn fool. You have Umar Johnson, he says, black people should not date white people. Y'all don't realize that we way past those times. What is he even talking about? This nigga is talking like it's 1900. Again, half of y'all are halfies already. Your mama white, your daddy black. Nobody didn't tell this nigga that? You got hella people with white mothers, black fathers, Puerto Rican mothers, black leader. It's already a mixed society. It's disrespectful to everybody that's already mixed. And it's also he can have something to talk about in modern day. And that you got some of y'all running around, you all lost like, yeah, I don't think black people should be with white. Well, once you get the nationalities, you passed that part already. When the colonizers pulled up and landed in Puerto Rico, that part, they mixed and merged in with the brown indigenous people live. It was done since then. And so you get my point? Y'all get lost on things that passed already. And that y'all are reliving the past that already over with. Y'all don't have none of them problems. Y'all like white girls and shit like that. Umar do too. That's because we passed those times. But y'all still selling it. What it do? Bring grief. Something new for y'all to argue about. And so you poor when you sell your peace. Let that set in. You have reached rock bottom where you start selling your peace. This is all of y'all that's looking for fake arguments to have, for promotion, a fake beef to have so you could sell it for views. That's when you poor. You have abandoned your emotional state, your mental, so you can get monetary value, maybe. You get my point? And so be aware of these things, meaning y'all are adopting people's filth. Some of y'all are looking for an argument or some fake beef you could sell, but that's your peace. You really want to be having a debate? You a Hebrew Israelite, you really want to have a debate and an argument with a Pan-African and y'all don't even have the same beliefs? You really want to sell your peace? That part. I'm saying that so y'all could grasp. Y'all poor. I would never sell my peace. I will block y'all the hell off before I get to bickering back and forth with anybody. When are we fighting? And let me know then. Other than that, the emotional state, the mind got to be clear. And so a lot of y'all need to learn these things. Peace and wisdom, Pat Rod Decker. Happy birthday, big baby. Hopefully you enjoyed this day. Hopefully you get some mental and spiritual or emotional gifts to go along with the physical ones. This is people taking the time out to tell you how important you are. You know, hug up on you, things like that. The things that people are lacking in today's times. When I was growing up, me and my friends, we used to be all hugged up on each other. We boys. My man damn near hanging off my neck. There's hella niggas that could tell you, man, that nigga Cheese used to always be jumping on somebody's goddamn neck. This nigga live on people's back. Like, I jump on one of the homies' back and just be hanging there. And it's all love, nobody care. Be sitting on the bench, damn near leaning on me. We just all over each other, you get it? Y'all are like, y'all don't get no love. Like, you get my point? It's like fake. Y'all speak, but the actions ain't there. And that, you get my point? Y'all are bringing yourselves into a filthy mental and emotional state. You have to be aware of self to discern, like, hold on. I don't need that in my life. That's a waste of a path in time. And so, like I said, God starts with self. But before you even get there, you got to be done with hardship on a mental and emotional level. Where you worrying about things and you sad about things and you preparing for the worst. You don't need to prepare for the worst. You need to get to a place where the worst don't even exist to you. Our problem ain't nothing but a thing to solve. And you solve it fast like math questions. It's nothing to get discouraged about. You have to have math problems or problems to solve. And so when the mind get groomed and get like that, you get my point? You can kind of walk in your way better. Can I get some thumbs up, please? And so, make sure you're getting real wisdom. Of course, you have many people in the daytimes. They're teaching y'all how to be bitter and angry, but they don't realize it. You get my point? Y'all are all on whatever path y'all are on. And that, most of y'all are going down paths of mental and emotional poverty. Meaning you're making yourself poor mentally and emotionally by dealing with people who are impoverished in that way, or just by lending your ear. Think of the ghettos. The conversation is always negative. It's either tearing somebody down. It's never upbeat like that. You have to become aware of those kind of things. Say, damn, I live in the ghettos. Unconsciously, I didn't realize when I'm bumping in and shaking it up with everybody, everybody a little negative. In that, I'm drawn into it. You get it? You see a nigga in the hood, he be like, man, you fuck that nigga so and so. And you be like, what happened with y'all? Then fuck that nigga, boom, boom. Next thing you know, you like, oh yeah, fuck him. Like that. And then you see the next person that's your friend, and it's the same. In that, you grow up in the ghettos, you don't even realize it. By the time you an adult, you done already been put on a negative vibration where you like, nigga say something to me, I'ma knock his ass out. And nigga look at me wrong, I'ma break his jaw. That's how that happened. From all them years of the negative conversations, the conversations in the ghetto ain't like, what are we gonna build together? Now what are we gonna start and finish in? It's a whole nother vibration. And so you have to become aware of these things. Because when you become an adult, you have the rich areas and you have the poor areas, but this has nothing to do with the mind and the emotional state. You have people in the rich areas that's poor mentally and emotionally. And that their conversation is nagging or negative. And you will adopt that. This is why you have the wealthy tearing each other down. Y'all say, man, I don't understand. These two brothers is financially straight. Why are they going at each other? Why's Mike Epps and Shay Shay going at each other? Because they poor. Mentally, mentally and emotionally, they are poorer than y'all can fathom. Why y'all all jealous of people with a lot of money? You don't need to be. You're probably way richer than them mentally and emotionally, and that's all that matters. How can you enjoy anything you have if you're fucked up here and in here? You can. You'll find yourself overspending trying to compensate for how much you feel like shit. And so when y'all see these stars overly spending, that's what that's for. And this is why y'all be like, I don't see why the nigga ain't buy this instead of that. Because you ain't as poor mentally and emotionally as they are. That's why you can't see that. But when you get there, you'll get it. You get my point? They got access to drugs and all kind of things y'all don't, that can bring them to lows. You know, drugs that bring you up high, but then there's the kickback. You take a drug, it make you happy. That next day when it wear off, it's you gonna feel the equal measure of the lows. And that is gonna make you want to get that again. And so you have to grasp. Man within a piece is the richest man around. There you go. It's not about money. It's about that wealth. In that, if you do acquire money, you get my point? It'd be better for those in the life. If you're filthy mentally and emotionally and you acquire some money, it's going to be good for self. And so you get my point? It's about that. But overall, getting money out your mind. Everybody has to earn money. But you don't have to be lost on it. Where you selling your morals, your peace, and selling people out, that's not what it's about. It's about just being fair, balanced. And overall knowing mental and emotional wealth is everything. I tell my daughter that every day. I speak to her every day. Every day she, you know how y'all are when y'all young? Dad, I don't want to work. This is ridiculous. You don't work. Tell her I need y'all. I retired. Are you crazy? I've been working before you was born. But now a lot of y'all lost. Y'all think like he's just some sport you drug dealer. Nah. First job was at A&P when I was 15. It wasn't enough. By the time I turned 17, my mother went to jail. I was a motherfucking orphan. And so Y'all ain't had it rough as me. I worked for 10 years straight, never sleeping. And I ain't exaggerating. I'm talking about the streets, real jobs, anything to get the rent paid, because I had rent since 19. And I had mouths to feed since 19. I had mouths to feed since 17 because I used to take care of my little cousin and my baby mama before she was my baby mama. And so you get my point? Don't ever think like I'm some spoiled little kid. I done did things y'all wouldn't do. And quotas got to be made, but I never been lost in money. Like I said, we got to do what we got to do. But as you get better, so you get my point, I don't have to do any of those things now. I'm grown now, mentally. And that you find your way. Once you find your inner peace, and you find your own mind, not the influence mind you have now, but your own mind, your own inner peace, you'll find your way, and it will be peaceful for you. And you will get whatever you get. It should be good. It should be just as fruitful as it was when you wasn't doing what you should be doing. And so if you have it in mind like, oh, this nigga shouldn't have nothing. Why? Nobody said that when I was breaking the law. I don't break the law. I don't do nothing wrong now. Why shouldn't I have nothing? That part. Because the world is low like that. And so use that as an example. In that same way, y'all are pushed into y'all negativities. Meaning it's more likely if you're doing good for yourself in a positive way. Get it? You're going to get weirdos trying to draw you back to your negatives. A lot of y'all are young, so you're going to lose. Meaning, peer pressure is heavy when you're young. Tracy Kramer said, have you ever read Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich? It's about money. I have no desire to. Salam shalom. Brittany said, I'd tell people I live happy poor. We make enough to pay our bills and keep our kids set. Put the rest away just because we are happy with the simple things. It's what humility is. That's why I say I'm the humble servant. I have all the debts and desires y'all have. In that, I have the ability to kick back and relax a little more than y'all. So, humility is that. It serves the self. You got a lot of desires, so you're going to be doing a lot of slaving. Because desires cost. And so it's about conquering your desires. Becoming content with self. Living life, going out doing things. I'm not talking about the club, that's dumb, but going out and experiencing things, climb a mountain, go skiing, I don't know, ice skating, something, go roller skating tomorrow. When you're not working and slaving, embrace your inner child, do some of them things y'all didn't get to do as a kid. Go to a basketball game. Don't have a drunk fight while you're there, but you get it? Go see a wrestling match. Y'all have money now to do all the things y'all wanted to do as children, but y'all have bombarded yourselves with stupid bills. Car note, insurance for it. House note, insurance for it. That part. You just get what you need. You need all of that? Some of y'all say, no, not really. That part is taken away from your life. You doing things that you like to do. Some of y'all got an abundance where you can have all those things like a million bills and you still got it. Well, there shouldn't be no excuse for you to going out and enjoying your life. And doing the simple things. Y'all think life got to do with flossing and fronting. That got to do with other people. That's why after y'all floss in front for everybody, y'all don't feel no better. You want to keep doing it. When you go out and you live and you do something for yourself, you get my point? It'll satisfy the self. And it's not like you fronting for outside of self. And so hopefully most of y'all learn that. Like I said, I talk to my daughter every day, try to keep her mind on track with gratitude. She seemed to be getting it. She seemed to be in good spirits. She sent me a picture of herself. Her smile was genuine. I think I posted the picture. But her smile was genuine. She was looking a lot better. And so you get it? It's about that. Keeping your happiness, your inner joy, keeping your mind clear, being thankful for what you have. And so, if most of y'all do that, you will come to realize you don't have it so bad. You actually have a good start, a good middle, whatever you want to call it. And if you stop comparing yourself to people that have nothing to do with your reality, you'll get along a lot better. Thank you, Brittany. Salam, shalom. Subscribe to the channel. Click the thumb up bell. I believe in balance. That's what I teach. So when you get a chance, give back. YouTube, stuff like that, they try to block me from earning, So those of y'all that appreciate the Jews, make sure you give back when you can. Otherwise, Salam, shalom. I was reading your comments, Brittany. And so make those things, the goal. I know y'all got goals to have big mansions and the dopest cars. Have a goal for the mind to be clear and not care about those things, because those things are work. Everything you want that's a desire is a work and a burden on you. You can either work and get them and get rid of the burden that way. You truly not, because whatever you want, once you get it, then you're going to want more. It only adds to the fuel of your fires. That's desires. And so overall, you want to get to a place where you're conquering. Some of y'all have a sneaker fetish. You want to get to a point where you conquer it. I used to be like that. Now remember when I told y'all, man, I just buy one pair of shoes a year. I just make sure some dope shit. Like that. You could spend your life buying Jordans every month and the new Timberlands that come out in the new Air Max. Spending like thousands of dollars a year, not realizing it. Or you could just grow up and say, man, I ain't really care about all that no more. Just get me one dope pair of shoes a year. And start each year fresh. If you ain't got it for that, it's not about that. You get my point? It's the point. Meaning if you ain't got it to buy a pair of shoes every year, and you say, shit, I really get to a point where I don't buy no shoes at all. This is good. Now you do need shoes on your feet. It's always good to be renewed. Meaning y'all looking good and feeling good go hand in hand. You should never look at self like you don't deserve to have the best things that life got to offer. You just don't deserve to kill yourself for it. You get it? But y'all all deserve to have the biggest Cuban link on y'all neck y'all want. The earth produced gold for us. All you need is the wisdom of how to smelt it and make that. It like that. Y'all are viewing it like, because y'all are robbed of every glory that y'all have, y'all think y'all ain't supposed to have it. You're supposed to have everything you want until you get to a place where, look at it like tiring yourself out. If y'all was able to get everything y'all wanted, well, most of y'all about 30 right now, you wouldn't care. Whatever. I've already did all of that. But because people are robbed of their share of the resources, the wealth. So you get it. You don't have desires all the way until y'all like 30. All the way until y'all like 70, 80. But by that time in your life, you're supposed to be on a whole different evolution, having already fulfilled those things when you was in your 20s and 30s. Meaning the way the system is set up, we don't get to have that blend and bond with life, where life is like an escalator just rolling us through. You get it? And that, when you were kids, you just get every stupid thing you could think of that you want. And there's the lesson in that. You want to overdo things for yourself. And you get it? If you can have and do everything you want, you're going to kill yourself. Like that. You'll learn that lesson. Oh, shit. Some of y'all like that. You have a habit. When you was broke, your habit wasn't that bad. When you started getting money, that habit overtook you. Because you had enough money to party every night. You like to blow your nose. When you was broke, it was a weekend thing. Your ass got paid. You was blowing your nose every day. Like that. Having the ability and access to kill yourself. Like that. If everybody gets to overdo it and indulge in all the fruits that life got to offer, by the time y'all in y'all 30s, y'all will be evolving or entering the stage that life is bringing you through for 30s, where you're becoming aware of your ways and you get it. But that's not the reality. Everybody's kind of being guided by their ideals of money. And so if y'all don't have a certain thing, then y'all feel like y'all not worthy. I don't live like that. If you know me in real life, I still get on a train and shit like that. I be flyer than a motherfucker because I'm just a clean ass nigga, but you get it? I don't have that kind of pride y'all got, where it's like, I can't do this or that. I'm a regular person until y'all start fainting when y'all see me. And so until that happens, I'm gonna be wherever y'all at. I still do my own supermarket shopping and every normal thing you could think of. And I enjoy it. It gives me something to do. And so I'm gonna have to get there. Where everything, who you are or materials don't make your worth. Your worth is your worth. This is your mind, your emotional state, meaning it will either be a skill that you have, that you get glory for, or you will either have a beautiful emotional state and get glory for that. And this is where your worth lies. This is the only thing that people can actually share from you. Y'all ain't sharing y'all physical wealth. Y'all showing that off. And that nobody don't care and nobody need to. It's the mind and the emotional state that everybody has to, become wealthy in. I've noticed that y'all all do have a worth of mind and experience emotionally, but y'all don't tap into that. Y'all try to fit in with society. In that, y'all get all watered down, look stupid and dumb. You get my point? But when you get wise, you can see through y'all eyes. Like I could see, like some of y'all, you just want to be down so bad. You're going to sell yourself out to the world. But really, you an angel. And so, y'all have to get there where y'all kind of grasp. I'm going to get more glory off my good works than off my good materials I could show off to everybody. That's going to get you hated. And so, make sure the mind is good. Make sure somebody can benefit off that tree. Pluck fruit from that tree and make your emotional state the same. Make sure those trees is something that people could pluck from. In regards to your physical material, make it the same. If you got it, make sure people can pluck from it. Otherwise, what's the point of having it? And so, hopefully some of y'all get there. Stop coming here in negative mindset. Meaning some of y'all have me as a materialistic person. I'm not. Whatever perspective you have where you think you're supposed to look like a bum, whoever gave that to you, throw it away. However dope you think I'll look, you need to hate. You're supposed to look doper than that. That's what the jewels is for. Y'all looking dope don't got nothing to do with a financial price. Some of y'all got beautiful hair. Do it. I don't got no money to do it. You do it. You ain't fucking handicapped. Do it. Grease your skin down. Your skin got more worth than any clothes you could buy. If you make your body so lovely and beautiful, you won't want to put clothes on it. And that you won't need any clothes. You see when these niggas get dieseled and all they go buy is wife beaters and they don't even buy shirts, they just walk around with no shirt on? That part. Them getting muscles save them shirt money. Nigga like me? Well, I'm diesel. You know? Okay, I'm lying. I'm not. So a nigga like me got to keep a fly shirt on. You feel me? What am I gonna do? Take this off and show bones? Y'all don't want to see that. Y'all want to see the silk. So, so we have to balance it out. Now, I'm just playing when I said that. Of course, y'all know my six-pack, my diesel chest. You know, it's pretty big. I'm getting a little fat. No, I'm not getting fat. I'm getting old. My skin hang. And that my chest is loose. It used to be like. Used to sit up. And it just like it hangs. But it makes me look diesel. It's the same with your genitals and everything. As you get older, your dick's gonna get bigger. But this is just the hang. Like the skin's starting to hang. You get my point? And that make your punches and stuff even heavier. Because of gravity. So that's why they say like, oh, this person got old man strength. You get it? Everything's coming down or settling. In that, some of y'all young, your chest kind of sit up. You look like you got a bird chest. When you hit about 40, if you don't take no supplements or nothing, that bird chest gonna turn into, you get it? I ain't have a bird chest ever, but y'all kind of overrush yourselves. Meaning y'all don't pace yourselves out. Most of y'all take supplements or some type of, y'all take something into self to either make yourself look bigger before your time. Meaning y'all want to look grown before y'all are. So when a boy turn 18, he trying to get diesel and look grown before he is. In that, he's taking things into himself. By the time he turned 30, 35, and he don't have the energy to work out and run around anymore, he starts suffering from that. Health-wise, gut-wise, you get it? But if he would have just left himself bony or skinny or however he viewed himself, by the time he got older, you get it? Metabolism slow down, everything will fit and settle right. Just like the skinny chick that's getting a fake butt right now with the fake titties. When the right dude come along and start clapping them cheeks, and he loving you, I don't mean having sex dusting you off. Like my baby mothers, when they first got with me, they was slim. I started knocking that down with that love, and they started getting right. And when they was with me, their bodies was at their perfection. I can't see nobody denying that. That's because of that. I'm knocking them down. I love them. And that, you get it? And they got all the energy in the world when I'm done, big baby. It's going to make the difference if the woman tired or up. If you loving the woman, she going to be up like a motherfucker when you done. Trying to serve you. Like, what do you need? You going to be drained. I ain't got no energy. I'm trying to roll over, go to sleep. It's like a transfer of energy. You just raised her up. When you have some dirty dick, then you be down. You like, I'm gonna take a sleep. I'm gonna take a nap myself. Next thing you become that chick that just lay around sleep all day. Cause the dick sleepy. The dick ain't got that love energies in it. Excuse my language, but this all real talk for those of y'all that's grown. That's why it's important for women to not just have senseless sex. Because you're the one receiving. Again, a nigga stick his dick in whatever. He pushing out. You the recipient. So you have to be aware, like, hold on, this nigga's emotional state is all fucked up. Not happening. You get it? This nigga always got problems. Not happening. I don't want to get no attachment. That. You don't want no nigga pushing his spirits in you. And he not right. He ain't got the right love for you. And so, like I said, both of my baby mothers, I have two, when they was with me, their body looked, I'll show you pictures of them when they was with me, and you see them before or after. Not saying they look bad before or after, but you will see like that was the time that they were in their pinnacle. And so you get it? It all boils down to the mind and the emotional state and the love y'all receiving. We get lost into the gift being received, the night out on the town being received. And then in that y'all forget about the simple things, like the acknowledgement of gratitude for whoever is your loved one. That part. How many of y'all called your mama today and said, man, I just want to thank you, you know? I just thought about where I am in life and you had a big part in me getting there. You wiped my ass and shit. Nobody. None of y'all did that. I didn't either, but you get my point. My mom might be watching. If she see this, you get it. Like that. I do have those moments though. Of course, I speak to my mother every day, so that shit, well, not every day, but often, real often. And that, it get a little weird. You get it? You just bust out the group about, you know, I want to thank you. And it's like, nigga, I speak to you every day. I already know. I know that already. So like that. But some of y'all that might not be that close or whatever, we don't give out the love and the gratitude. We ain't hugging up on each other like, you know, back in the day. In the daytime, you can't even touch a nigga because you a faggot. I come up in the day where you could slap your man on the ass. You laughing, like, yo, stop playing with me. And it's all love. Like, y'all gonna die for each other. Ain't no perverse shit with y'all. Y'all just comfortable with each other. Like brothers. That's missing now. Y'all too involved into the world and showing the world, no, I'm tough, and be tough when need be. Be tough for the tribe or whatever group you come from. Outside of that, it should be all love energies. That part. The people y'all around the most is y'all loved ones. How you ain't got loved energies, but all you around is your loved ones. And so kind of grasp. Now I have to take a quick restroom break. And if you guys want to give back, please take this time out to do so. I think I put my links in the description. If I didn't, it's like I said. I'd rather y'all have, you know, motives on y'all own. My focus is the message being, you know, what it's supposed to be. Now, give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Y'all got any questions? Ask. Make sure my Jimmy ain't hanging on. Now, where was I at? Yeah, I'm back admittably, but I don't know for how long. I had already, when they blocked me, I was gonna be done. Move on to the next chapter in my life. I thought it was a good time for it, you know. So, only getting back adjusted now. My do rag, a little ghetto today. Trying to get the feeling back. I need the dress clothes back out. I gotta get the dress clothes back out. But hopefully y'all grasp what I was saying overall. You want to get to a place where you evolve past materials. This is childlike. When I say evolve past it, I mean the discussion of it overall. It doesn't really matter. The person got on the most expensive shoes in life for Skippies. The conversation don't. There's no place for it. I'm there in life. There's so much more in life that I notice. I don't care to have those discussions. It's annoying. So it's like I told y'all, a person could be materialistic and poor. Y'all kind of have it one way. Materialistic is when that's all you notice. You could be poor, but you're noticing like who has these materials and that. Whether you judge them as lost, you're still materialistic because you're judging somebody according to what they have. And so it's the same in reverse. If you have a lot, so now you're judging people because they have a little bit, you're materialistic. You're judging people according to what they have and not who they are. Haves being things that come and go. Maybe you just caught them on the have-not part of their life. There's people that met me before during hardships in my life. You get my point? Like that. So you want to get to a place where you evolve past materialism. And you're noticing it and having discussions about it. Only being concerned with people's emotional and mental wealth. Their thoughts in their mind, are they positive? Is the conversation positive? When I say positive, it's just genuine, you know? Well, how's your day? How's everything going? This is not an invite for you to tell me about your business. I got this going in there. I don't care. I'm talking about your person. How are you? Like that. You say, man, things are a little rough, man. I've been doing too much, I think. Like that. It opens up the door for real conversation. Y'all don't have that in the daytime. You have shallow, fake conversation where you just talk about whatever you got going on, but you don't have nothing going on. You just have ideas. These ideas being solely just for that conversation. And so you want to get to a place where there's more to offer. In regards to your mind and your emotional state, your mind and your emotional state should be the goal and the wealth you seek. Look at it like on a physical level, you have materials or money that represents wealth. Money being whatever the currency is at the time. There was a time where food was currency. You get it? You want to get to a place, that's physical wealth or material wealth. When you're dealing with the mental and the spiritual, of course this is not physical, so the wealth can be. And that the wealth transcends into a negative positive thing. You get it? You can't have spiritual wealth because that's not physical. So you can't have physical wealths. But you can have a positive spirit, a positive outlook. That's wealth. How positive that outlook is determines that wealth in this impoverished world. Most people got a negative emotional state. It takes a lot for me to go live, give y'all these jewels of love, you know, so y'all can be better. And then y'all like attack me. The emotional state has to be wealthy. Otherwise, you get my point, I'll come in this bitch and start lying to y'all. And telling y'all things to bring y'all down. As a revenge thing. And so you get my point, you want to get to a place where the emotional state is wealthy. Meaning you're always upbeat and positive, and when you're not, you acknowledge it with self, and you get to transcending it. Meaning, if you ever feel low, there's a bunch of things you can be grateful for. Any bad thing that happens in your life or a low moment, it is the opening. There's a balance. So when they block me for 90 days, so I said this is perfect time for me to come into my glory. Meaning I can't be the glory that I am and teach y'all. You get my point? It's like serving two masters almost. I have to give away some of my glory. When I say my glory, I'm speaking of my mind and emotional state. Y'all have never seen me, happy, and y'all just see me teaching whatever I do. I'm always in good spirits, so I'll be laughing and stuff, but you get my point? Y'all are not seeing me in the glory where I'm just standing and you get it? You can see the happiness. Like that. So I say, yeah, let me go to my happiness. My glory. Doing a lot of meditating, clearing out the mind. The same way y'all have to move y'all bowels and flush yourselves physically. So I flush myself emotionally and mentally. Y'all have to get to a place where y'all can do that. You flush yourself mentally and emotionally through word. Y'all hear people bullshit all day. Look at it like your mind and emotional state eats sounds or people's words, their disturbed emotional state. In that, you have to move your bowels. Most of y'all don't get to speak from the heart. You say other dumb shit. In that, you become backed up mentally and emotionally. In that, the words start coming out negative, the emotional state becomes negative, and it's because y'all are not speaking from the heart on a daily. I don't mean being desperate to speak, but I mean getting off your chest whatever bothers you. Speaking it out. Y'all hold on to it and act on it. Never really releasing it. I don't even know if we in that times where you can speak from your heart. Y'all will feel like a sucker if you tell somebody, you hurt my feelings, don't you? Get it? But it's about that flushing. And breathing is another way to flush. But that's a little more when you get to a place where you get it, you're not dependent on speaking. I don't have to speak. It's not something I look forward to. I look forward to being, not speaking. You get my point? 42. Just me sitting here silent is enough. Unless you about to tell me you got boyish good looks like I do at 42, because I look like a boy. I don't have no filter. I'm getting younger. Some of y'all see it too. You like, this nigga look getting younger or some shit. I don't know. My daughter gonna look older than me. My son gonna look older than me. Most of y'all, when y'all first started following me, you look older than me now. You're like 10 years younger. Now remember you. That part, you was 23 when I started. I was 33. You look like a 33-year-old person now. I don't look 42. That part. Now I can let my hair grayin out and you get it. But I can just cut it off. I look like a boy. It's about that. If y'all don't stress so much, overload the mind with negativity, y'all youth is there. It's a simple thing. Smiling correlate with the face being raised. You get it? We get old because we stop laughing as often as we used to as kids. And kids always exercising the face muscles, smiling. We get old, the face becomes settled. Most of y'all just have a settled look, an attitude look. You get it? It's all those small things. So you want to stay in environments where you still laughing, it's positive. As y'all see, everybody tearing everybody down, selling their piece so they can monetize a beef of some sort. You don't want to never get that poor. And when you see it happening, don't ignore it and act like, no, they poor. I don't care how much material wealth they got. Spiritually and mentally, they are impoverished. And so whatever physical wealth they got, they don't get to enjoy it. It's truly a waste. And so make those things the goal. Of course, listen to the beginning of the video so you can get the jewels in regards to understanding God and Satan within self. You can always get a one-on-one, meaning it's more than what I'm saying in this video, but I'm just giving y'all a perspective. It starts with, an awareness. Or you're becoming aware of self. And so, hallelujah said we all have our sins and problems and fall short of the glory of God. God is a title for the devil. Satan, this means self, individual. When you're speaking of God, you're speaking of the Most High, individual. In that, you're speaking of the Satan. God, our true God, which has nothing to do with that title, is whole. That's where holy comes from. The choir, the multitude. So maybe you've heard them phrases in religion. Heaven is the multitude. You get it? The Lord of hosts. Host means a bunch. The King of kings. This is to give you references of a bunch of things moving on one accord. To let you know God is many things joined together and move as one. Satan is a battle of individuals. And of course, amongst these individuals, you have the pinnacles of this individualism, which is the Satan himself. The highest one. This is why in Job 1, chapter 1, verse 6, it says, there was a day when the Lord called the angels and Satan came along. It's explaining that. The Lord called the host of heaven. All the many moving as one, and the individual that comes from this many came too. It's to say that Satan is nothing's higher than the devil in terms of individuals. God not being an individual, but the glory or the choir that the one came from. Y'all worship the one and only, the Most High. The devil, Satan, the selfish. God ain't that. God is when the mind grasps all is equal and all is supposed to move in one. Taking care of the whole, meaning we here to take care of life. Make sure the trees is good and producing, make sure the ground is good. The soil fertile, make sure the animals are getting their portion so they ain't got to kill each other. The animals hunt each other, but we have dominance over the animals. In that part, we can control them. No more killing for food. You will get your portion every day. and you live and you enjoy your family and you come here every day and you get your portion. The same way they do the animals in the zoo. You think we can't dominate them in the wild? Yeah. Dominate them for a high free to do as y'all want. You just can't kill. But you're gonna get your fair share. In that the lion gets his meat, all the way down to the gazelle gets their grass, but everything gets its fair share. Do the same amongst men. Make sure everybody get their fair share. And that's all we here for, to keep up with the life and keep it balanced. Night and day, being a glory to show you that. The life is showing you an order. Day and night is opposites, but they never clash. The tide comes in, then it goes out. When it comes in, this is the Bashir. Good news, gift. When it goes out, drought, famine. But you get my point? They're in order. Man is supposed to learn from that force in life that is keeping the balance, the order. This is the horizon, or what I call it. Not talking about the sky, but what keeps the order, the horizon. The balance in between two things. We're supposed to be the manifestation of that. The same way we are the balance in between the darkness and light within ourselves. You know, unconscious and conscious. And you are the balance in between that. You're supposed to be that here. The balance in between all opposites. For sake of peace and order. Day and night is beefing, then you get my point? What's going to happen with the crops? What's going to happen with us eating? So it's the same. When this nation go against that nation, now it's fucking up the economy. You get it? Like that. We got to keep everything balanced and fair. Otherwise, just like nature, the economy is based on our economics. The economy is based on the ecosystem, which is the rainforest, the forest, where all the resources come from. So, man lost his way a long time ago, but so this is what we're here for, to keep the balance and grow into the higher self. Most get lost on all the in-between. But I was just clearing that up for you. Let me finish reading your thing. You said we all have our sins and problems and fall short of the glory of God. But thanks be to God, salvation is 100% by trusting in Jesus as Savior and His finished work of the cross, not of our works. You're just repeating verbatim that you read in a book of the world. But if I ask you, is Jesus the accurate name, or is that a translated name? Is that a modern day name? Then you gotta acknowledge, yeah, it is. Well, then why are you saying the wrong name? That part, because you're lost in the world. You wouldn't care about God or Jesus or whoever that is. That's why you don't care if the name is changed. But when you respect the thing, that means something. Now, before you had Jesus, it was YHWH. Again, if you truly respect a thing, you will have problem with change. Because change is the beginnings of life. Now, you have this God named Jesus, but even in your own religion, Jesus ain't God, so why are you even bringing him up? You don't know, because you just lost in the world. Again, in your own religion, Jesus ain't God. He's an equal to you. That part. You worship man, that's why Christians say amen. And that's why the God is a man, even though God ain't no man. That's a low thing. Now God all beat up on a cross with spit on the face. That's a disrespect to God. You can't fucking beat up God. And so I'm saying all that so you can grasp whatever you think you worship. You worship the devil. That's why I took the time out to explain to you God and it being the devil. or the Satan. In regards to the Jesus character, that's a blasphemy against YHWH, which is the original name. That name having a real point. YHWH, if you pronounce it, the Y and the H is yeah, yeah, yeah. The W and H is woo, woo, woo. You put it together, you get yeah, yeah, woo. You. In that, you could grasp, okay, the understandings of YHWH is the understandings of you. You is me. Oh, that part. Then you would grasp everything accurately. You have the fake name, so you have the fake understanding. Do you get it? That's why the name was changed. How can you have a religion where the God in the religion is you? That's why in the book, Jesus always say, I am you and you are me. But y'all got the fake name. In that, it mess up the understanding. Meaning y'all supposed to walk as Jesus. God in the flesh and blood. Y'all worship flesh and blood. That part. Y'all are Jesus in the body. Meaning y'all the spirit in the body. The flesh and blood that walks. You're not learning it that way. You're learning it falsely because you accepted a false name. You accepted and overlooked a bunch of falsehoods there. To that point where now you're blabbering to people, worship Jesus. That's the blasphemy. That's why Jesus is all beat up on the cross. If your son got killed and beat up, would you actually leave that as the last image? No. This is why people put their kids that got their head blowed off in a nice suit before they put them in a coffin, so everybody remember them in their glory. Now you want me to believe the religion that you have love God, even though it show God in the worst manner you could think of. Beat up, spit on the face, a bird nest on the head. That part. I'm saying that so y'all could grasp, if you a Christian, you worship the devil. This is why the God is all beat up and the God is gonna die. It's a blasphemy, meaning spoken word against God. God being the YHWH, you. That's why there's a man on the cross, because y'all are mankind. And the religion is the cross, and y'all are the ones on it. That part. Otherwise, God is a man? The flesh and blood man that walked the earth? That's what you think? That part. No. Y'all are the flesh and blood that walk the earth. And y'all are the ones that get sacrificed for the world. That part. You all lost in the world. You're going to be in the darkness of yourself because of that. And y'all don't learn y'all religion in that way. The accurate way. Y'all learn. He said Jesus avoided women because they are evil. Like that. You're lost in all that nonsense talk. Now we got to pretend like men ain't evil too. You see my point? Teaching y'all gonna be running around here talking about women is evil like men don't do they dirt. That part. Every soul is their own soul. You judge a thing by what it is. You can't bunch all women into that. You can't bunch all men into that. Those who are evil and those who are not. And that's that. And if you ain't got the time to test every soul out, then you just shut the hell up and focus on self. Making sure the self ain't the evil. That part. Outside of that, if you a Christian, and I don't mind you coming here, but if you're not going to grow, then you need to go to your church house and just learn all that nonsense. Where you sit and wait and hope and have belief. I deal with knowings. We are here to evolve into a knowing. And so it starts with what I said. Like I said, Jesus, that's a blasphemy. Christianity is a blasphemy. If you lost, according to the religion, the Romans sacrificed Jesus. They strung him up on a cross, according to the book. The Romans is the Christians, the Roman Catholic Church. So it's telling you in the book, in those times, the Christians and the Jews. Jews is those that follow Judaism. It's basically telling you the two religions that you know that worship this so-called God are the same ones that killed him. That part. Again, the man said, man, y'all worship devil worship. What is against God. That's why in your own religions, Christians and Jews killed Jesus or God. That part. Now, how you a Christian talking about, no, I love God. Then why you a Christian? Christians the ones that killed him and beat him up and put him on a cross, got him looking stupid. I'm not saying this is real. You can't do that to God. God ain't no physical person. But you can disrespect God by word, by false imagery. So yeah, you could put God in a diaper with spit on his face and all of that dumb shit, but in all truth, man could never do nothing to God. That's his hopes and fucking dreams that he could do that. And you got to get to a place where you know that. Man wish he could tie God up on the cross. Whoever that is up there ain't nothing. And don't ever lose yourself in that. And so you get my point? And I learn these things inaccurately, but y'all are digging y'all a hole for yourselves. You need to learn to rebuke Christianity. Get yourself away from that. That's of the world. That's where you got it from. And so you get my point? Try to grasp. Peace and wisdom. I don't read ancient Hebrew. He said God is being and Satan is a being. Salam shalom. Watch the beginning of the video because a lot of y'all are lost. Get to a place of knowing before you speak on, deep matters. I'll say that for most of y'all. Get to a place where you actually have a quiet wisdom. Because in the daytime, y'all are all desperate to speak. Y'all really want to speak y'all hurts and pains out, but y'all just settle to speak like, it's like I said, people don't speak from the heart and that, you get it? And start speaking about all kind of shit they don't know nothing about. And so Christianity based on fear. Fears that ain't never gonna come to be, but learn that in your own time. Outside of that, come here when you're truly ready to learn things the accurate way. And get yourself a one-on-one every now and so often. Make sure you get the literature. Meaning go to my website, upscaleknowledge.org. Get the literature and learn. There is no Yeshua. YHWH is not pronounced Yeshua. Nowhere in any text does it say add letters. There is no Yeshua, Yahshua. Y'all made that up. That's all based on YHWH and y'all not knowing how to sound out letters. In the past, they didn't use vowels because they viewed sound as the creator. The vowels are the sounds, I, E, O, The consonants are how you change the sound. Add a B in front of an A, you get ba instead of ah. The consonants is all the other letters. The vowels are the sounds. They spelled words without using vowels in respect to sound. So if you're reading ancient Egyptian writings or the Medunetta, they don't have vowels. It don't say N-U-T, it'll just say N-T or N-W-T. They're avoiding the vowels. He said false, even though everything I said y'all know to be a fact. When you read an ancient Egyptian text, they leave the vowels out. Same with all other cultures. In that YHWH spells you. But they're avoiding using the O and the U are the vowels. In that YH, you can pronounce the sound out letters. Yeah, yeah, yeah. WH is who, who, like before you say who. Put it together. See how simple-minded y'all are? Then you see where the ego kicks in. Most of y'all grasp that. You a Hebrew Israelite, you grasp what I just said, but you got ego. Now you got to pretend like you're right still. So I'm saying that so those of y'all that watched from the beginning, when I was explaining ego to you, then you can grasp. Some of y'all say, I grasp that what he just said simple. And he's right. YHWH does spell you. It is pronounced that way. We just never realized that. That part. But you got ego. So now you're going to say, no, that's not right. YHWH is that part. But nowhere did it tell you to add vowels. It didn't tell you to do nothing but seek understanding. You done got yourself lost. Now you getting the understandings and you can't accept it. And that's the punishment of being lost. Whatever truth you get, you gonna go against it or oppose it because you on the side of lie. But that's because you accepted lie. Again, whoever said to add letters, Yeshua, that's not the ancient name of God. Just like Jesus said, these is translated names to take away from you. The teachings is about you. And who's Jesus talking to in the book? That part. The teachings got to do with you understanding you. This is why when Moses asked God, what's your name? God said, I am. You. I am YHWH. Once you mess all the translations up and YHWH become Jesus and all this dumb shit, then y'all don't understand. That part. Moses was talking to a burning bush. His own goddamn brain. That's the burning bush. The cerebellum. That part. He's asking himself, who am I going to tell him came? But we speaking of him, his higher self, speaking to his lower self. Just like y'all have indecisive thought with yourselves sometimes. Y'all speak to yourselves. Like that. It's putting everything into a storyline, so to say. But it's just to say Moses reached his higher mindset where he realized, I'm not to be led. Nobody is to be led or ruled over by another. That's where all the freeing come from. He's basically asking, God, who are you? God letting him know, I am you. The higher you. The you that is not a slave. Y'all are slaves in the mind, meaning you have people that have their perspective over y'all owns. Y'all are enslaved in the spirit, meaning you have people that put their emotional states over y'all's. And y'all are enslaved physically. It's about the freeing the self in all those aspects. And so, those of y'all that's lost, you lost because you want to be. And that's not my problem. Whatever you don't understand, you ask a specific question, just blabbering out, I don't understand. That's when you move along. I don't play with dodo birds. Lem said false teachings. I don't got time for that. Like I said, when you get to that place, you move along. A lot of y'all are little kids. You're just a follower. You think arguing back and forth. You think selling your pieces of worth. But that's not what I do here. And so, if you're trying to grasp, cool. If you're not trying to grasp, you can depart. Salam. Now, for those of y'all that's lost in the Christianity, hopefully you grasp. You're learning it wrong. There's no Jesus, there's no Yahshua, none of that weird stuff. These is all aspects and things that came later to take away from the truth. And the true understanding, which is what I told y'all in the beginning. You got darkness and light with yourself, that's unconscious and consciousness. And you the thing in between. So, grasp or don't. Lem said, pick and choose what you want to teach. Stop speaking like you're an authority, for I embarrass you. You're not nobody. You are lesser than me. And you better start talking along that line. Coming in here acting like you somebody. You lucky I took the time out to respond to you. Outside of that, you were lesser. You one lost on lie and dumb stuff. You have no awareness of yourself and how you're sitting here pretending like you're some wise scholar, but I'm sure everybody in life that know you, they do not know you that way. They do not know you as somebody who be in a library studying books or none of that. And so before you come to my channel being false in your ways, don't. Move along. You're a clown. Salam, shalom. And hopefully the rest of y'all that's like that grasp that. Stop coming here unauthentic pretending with me. I don't got time for that. Enjoy your day, champ. Now, if any of you guys have questions, y'all can ask. He said individuals. Now, if y'all have any questions, ask, and I have to take another restroom break. Okay, I'm about to wrap this up. Shalom, Carter 4200. If y'all enjoyed the content, make sure y'all give back. If not, become a channel member. You can click the most of the videos are channel member videos. Click them. The information is there. Join the channel. The highest level will give you access to all the content from the earliest to the latest. And that's that. I'll come back and finish up the Yodo said this individual has a spirit. This generation, y'all have to stop pretending like y'all know people. It's embarrassing to yourself. So when you say, I have a spirit over me, that entails that you would have known me prior, but you didn't. So how would you know if my character is different? That part. Y'all are like stupid, dumb kids embarrassing yourselves. Some of y'all on here pretending like you the great psychologist. but you work at Walmart. And everybody know that. And you ain't got no sense of awareness of yourself to even realize that. You couldn't pass the curriculum to become a psychologist, but you're all online pretending like you are. And he's all online pretending like he knows things about spirits and dumb talk. I'm grown. If you don't got a grown brain and you don't understand things like science, nature, reality, so you have to word things like a child, and you have to have a perspective like a little kid where it's like a movie or this dumb TV show or that. Maybe you don't come here. Come when you grow up as a person. Please don't take no offense. I'm not offended that you said I have a spirit over me. I'm offended that you're pretending like you knew me prior to the moment. And so again, that's a sign of being judgmental. Y'all know everybody and everything before y'all take the time out to know. This is why y'all have so much ignorance with y'all. Y'all don't want to learn things. Y'all want to tell people things. You don't want to get to know a person. You want to tell them about they self. Like everybody in life don't already know. You don't know them from a hole in the wall. That part. Come to my chin when you get truth in self. Truth ain't pretending like you know people. Dumb bullshit talk, which is what most of y'all get into. Y'all be watching YouTube all day, then pretending like you know people, know their character, and you don't even know your own self. You haven't taken out the time. Whatever you think is honorable, it ain't. Pretending like you know people, saying negative things about people that you never took the time out to get to know, is things that's beneath me. That part. You don't gotta make up anything. Everything is here for the knowing. And so most of y'all need to get to that place. Other than that, you're looking for something to sell your peace. Again, if you telling somebody about they self and they don't know you, you looking to sell your peace. You're looking to get cursed out. I know most of this generation is crack babies. That's not an insult. I like to deal with reality. I already explained all of this. If you were born any time after 1984, between 84 and 2000, it's more than likely you are a crack baby. If you were born between 84 and 90, it's about an 80% chance you are a crack baby. There were hella crackheads during that time and many crack babies. I'm just giving you the real life statistics. Because I know most of y'all, I ain't no crack baby. How is that possible? Where did all those crackhead babies go then? Nowhere. They grew the fuck up. They are y'all. Y'all are now between the ages of like 38 and 25. And y'all got all the mental problems in the world. And y'all carry on just like I said. Nobody can tell y'all nothing. But in all truth, this is the reality. All that was done in the past, we living it out now. So all them people that was on crack in the 80s, in early 90s, mid 90s, and all them crack babies that there were, well, where you think they went in life? They y'all. Those of y'all, if you was born in 1984, you what? 39? That part. 39. If you was born in 2000, you're what? 24? That part. Those of y'all between the age of 39 and 24, depending on the year you was born, crack baby. If you was born in 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91. There was more crackheads than regular people at them times. That's a real statistic. That part. And And so a lot of y'all don't know that your mother was a crackhead back in the day and she sold you, like I said. And some drug dealer bought you. And she paid off her debt. You were returned, but just giving you that example. Y'all are thrown off in the daytime. You see how Yodo, Podo, just carrying on like a retard, like nothing I said made any sense. Like that, a sign of one being thrown off. When they hear absolutely nothing, but they have the most to say. Now, he probably some sheltered fool that never get a chance to talk. In real life, he's a bozo. You know, a clown. And that y'all come on here and be overly talking. Meaning those of y'all that's nerds that nobody listen to in life, you show your whole hand when you carry on in that manner. Coming on here looking to express yourself. A voice is something you earn. That part. You earn it by putting in work. Meaning you will earn a voice when your actions is what your words stand on. And a nerd never get that. He didn't get it in school and he don't get it nowhere. He think life is a running his mouth game, and it ain't. Words is a courtesy for the action. Again, words is just a courtesy so you don't have to suffer the action. A lot of y'all don't get that. And so you don't need to look to talk if you got no intentions of action. There's no need for nobody to see your point if you're not gonna enforce your point. Running your mouth, trying to force it that way, is not the way. It's the way for cowards. And so a lot of y'all need to grasp that before you come here trying to deal with me in cowardly ways. I ain't from that cloth. I already know what that is. You're a bozo. Trying to have a moment. But in real life, you get it? You get told what to do. You get told what to think. That's not my reality. And so, hopefully a lot of y'all get the grasp. Online is just a place for nerds. Those of y'all that wasn't necessarily cool in high school, and you get it? To come and pretend like you what you never could be in reality. I'm lying? What's this girl? She was on Joe Budden's podcast. Candace Owens? I guarantee you she was so off-brand in high school, a geek. Or just somebody that was off-brand. Like that. It's the nerd environment. And giving nerds views, that's all. In that they can control the narrative, meaning the elites can control how dumb y'all become by just giving a voice to the voiceless. The voiceless don't know what to say. So they say anything. Anything they can. And this is y'all reality. You just listening to geeks and nerds that don't know nothing. They know stereotypes and everything that got to do with one who don't have no experience. And this is all of y'all. Y'all be on here speaking what y'all don't have experience in. Calling those that have the experience frauds because that's what you are. That part. Anything you learned online ain't accurate. You thought it was. We talking physical things. You learned about online, you're not a real boxer. Get real. That part. Boxing is a physical thing. Who you're fighting? Nobody. You just box online. And other nerds are gonna watch you. You get it? Y'all live that reality. A lot of y'all come online and you completely dumb yourself out, but you don't realize it. Y'all come online, y'all learn about aliens and all of this, but if I ask y'all, it's still TV. Whatever little alien clip you've seen, is it not still television you looking at? You went to the movies, they made a better alien than the one you looking at as a real life proof. Forgetting it's still TV. Whatever you looking at is just somebody who got way less skill than the movie nigga. That part. Again, y'all believe in aliens. Y'all got all the proof of aliens, but all the proof y'all have boil you down to TV, where y'all got it from. We live in that time where you got to remind an adult. Nigga, TV fake. What are you smoking? That part. See, man, they just had an alien fucking conversation on the news. Cool, but did they show an alien? No. Was you still not watching a television show? That part. You see how y'all get online and forget it's TV and become completely stupid like a third grader? Where somebody gotta remind you there's still TV, idiot. Ain't real life. The same way they can make an alien look real on the movie, you still watching the TV. They could do the same, it's still the same thing. They ain't showed you an alien in reality. That part. Some of y'all fall into that kind of stupidity. Where you so wrapped up into this geek box, you're embarrassing yourself. People knew you before these dumb times. You wasn't this fucking dumb. Some of y'all from my time, you was not this dumb and airheaded where you're biting anything given to you. But you're so desperate to be down with the times. That part. A lot of y'all need to do a self-check. You're embarrassing yourself. Half the shit y'all falling into ain't even got, it don't even make sense when you consider it. How y'all get from all these alien races and ain't never even seen the one? Say, what's the one? Shit, the first one they said was gray and big-headed. Y'all never seen those in reality. And y'all done already skipped into tall whites, flies, ant people, anything y'all could make up. And you got it from TV. That part. Say Ryan Garcia talking truth. Ryan Garcia a crack baby like y'all. He blabber like y'all. Ain't even talking in no order. You say I got raped when I was 2 and I got proof. Nigga, how can you have proof at 2 years old, motherfucker? You was documenting shit at 2 years old before you could speak and write? How you would, huh? Y'all throwed off like that, but y'all don't even catch stupid talk. Dude is retarded. Again, he said I got raped at 2 and I got the proof. All he could have is hearsay. Nothing more. But he say he got the proof. And he was 2. And nothing went off in none of y'all head to say, hold on, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Who the hell remember when they was 2? A crack baby. A crack baby of old that's grown now. And so some of y'all lost like that. You say, no, everything Ryan Garcia said is true. He throwed off like all y'all, half y'all are. Y'all keep forgetting where y'all got all this from. TV. Where you got it from? TV. Y'all keep forgetting y'all getting entertained by whatever y'all entertained by. Roswell Crash was a radio television show, meaning before TVs you had radio. People listened to their shows on the radio. Different kind of shows, like different kind of television shows, but on the radio. The Roswell Crash was a radio show that people took real. That part. Again, everything y'all believe in start with the lie box. A radio or television. It don't start with reality. That part. But somehow y'all like we getting wise. This is the age of enlightenment. And this is the age of retardation. Where you have to remind people the most simple things like you're watching TV right now, so whatever you think you're watching that's so real, consider that. Y'all will send me clips of videos of proof that aliens exist. Then I have to remind you That's TV. I seen a better alien on Independence Day, which is TV too. But you're basically telling me this special effects dude who has absolutely no skills, he can't even get a clear shot. That part. Y'all showing niggas people who could not make it in the sci-fi world. They can't even make a clear video as the proof that aliens exist. Y'all could have used Independence Day as proof aliens are real. Because whatever video you're showing me, it's the same thing. Television. How you forget that? That part. This is the level of stupidity we live in today's time. And I'm talking to the alien believer. We can't even have a real conversation because his brain is not even tapped into reality. Where you gotta remind him like a 5-year-old. That's television. You have any real wisdom that's not based on a television show or a book? No, y'all don't. That part. Mind you, nature's out there. You can learn everything about the whole existence in one day, as I explained in the beginning of the video. But y'all haven't embarked on that yet. All that knowledge and all the wisdom in life, and y'all are lost on a dumb lie box called YouTube or television, trying to make points with it. Hopefully some of y'all get y'all lives together. Meaning wisdom is a real thing, and when you play on it, you play on your own mind. And that's the reality most of y'all living in right now. You playing on your own mind, and when you have a conversation with somebody that knows some truths, you're gonna feel and look completely stupid. Meaning if you was an alien teacher right now in front of me, you'd look stupid. What are you about to say? No, I got secret documents? No, you don't. You got that from TV. You got that from the forums that have to do with entertainment. That part. Y'all are filling in the blanks. Meaning y'all don't know shit and y'all are just filling in the blanks. Area 51 is a real thing, but y'all filled in the blanks. And that y'all dumbed out. Not even realizing it, Area 51 could be so much more deeper than whatever dumb shit y'all talking about. That part. You think whatever dumb shit y'all talking about is the pinnacles of a discussion. It's the dumbest shit on the planet. And it's blocking the real realities, which are intriguing. What Area 51 really is something. The dumb shit y'all talking about in aliens and cartoons blocks the true understanding. It's just like online. Online, just how they keep up with slaves. Y'all forget y'all that. All the slaves is logged in online. And that part. Y'all birth certificates is just, in the past, a slave master would have like a purchase receipt. Like he purchased the slave, he have a receipt. It's not no different than the birth certificate y'all have now. It's similar paperwork, you can look it up. That proof of receipt just evolved into a birth certificate, which is the same proof of receipt. Whatever city's on your birth certificate, there's a family that owns that city. You are their slaves. That part. Y'all forget slavery never went nowhere. It just got updated. And in the past, they had ways to track a slave. Now everything is digital. That part. And so when y'all getting online having fun behind the scenes, it's really just a keeping track of y'all and having every slave under wraps. Y'all phones is y'all tracking device, all y'all information, especially this new generation. All their information is on the phone, from their bank, from how often they use their bank, because they don't never use cash, they just tap their stupid phones and shit, they think it's a game. But they don't realize they being tracked. They spending habits, where they go, how much they earn, every aspect of them is downloaded in the phone. from their day-to-day movements, all of that. When your phone is cut off, the camera is still right there. The sound still works two ways. That part. Y'all are being watched and listened to even when your phone off. It is a slave thing. They're keeping track of everybody. In that, they give out free phones. Keep track of all the slaves. So when y'all break the law, now they can find y'all instantly. In the past, a slave could run to the next town and maybe get away. And they just upgrading the slave system. And all this time, y'all think y'all having fun online. You just attract slave. It's best you be aware of that. So when you on here, you know your movements and what you're doing. That part. Niggas block me. I said, get Leo Cohen on the line. They unblocked me so fast. You gotta know your shit. I'm cold-blooded with this. You gotta know your shit. And that part. I know who run YouTube, nigga. Not just him, but you have to know things. You have to be aware. And so like I tell most of y'all, you getting too lost into the things that's put out there to throw y'all off from truth. Y'all are falling into those things, not falling into the truth. Y'all are falling into the things that are purposely put there to take y'all away from it. And so, hopefully some of y'all get to a place where y'all grasp. Peace and wisdom, River Rat. Make sure you give back at some point. I appreciate it. Those of y'all that do. The small few of y'all. Salam. Now I'm about to depart. Hopefully y'all grasp. Like I said, I'll come back and explain the vibrational pattern of the soul and all that I was about to explain in regards to that. This happens to do with you escaping your own darkness, because everyone's going to be left with their own darkness the same way y'all are every day. And every day y'all fall into unconscious darkness and y'all are left there for a time, and then y'all are brought out of it, and y'all have no control of when y'all go into it and brought out of it. And that unconsciousness is death and all other darknesses you know, and it's with you. And a time gonna come when that's all that you have, and you have to know how to transcend that darkness into awake. The same way it's done for you now, because you're an infant soul that don't have no goddamn... So I'm trying to get pissed off with you. I am the wisest nigga in existence. I'm trying to help you goofy dumb motherfuckers. You're really irking my last nerves. Every day y'all left in y'all in darkness. Like I said, a day teach you everything you need to know, but y'all into making up shit. The same way you left in that unconsciousness and life puts you in it and bring you out of it, trying to show you what you need to do. There's life. You're gonna be left in that darkness and no force is gonna come take you out of it. You have to know how to wake up. So, I was gonna explain that, but you guys never get back, so I'll save that for another day. Salam, shalom.